Do it. Them guys don't understand. They do that on the club level fight. Opponents, because they say, yo, I don't want to get knocked out by this guy, so I'm going to come in heavy. They're going to need the fight because they got to take the fight because they kind of get the numbers. That's what they do on the lower end. But now, they flipping the strip and doing it on the high end. You know what I'm saying? So that practice, you're going to start seeing that a lot now. But how we doing it now?
Tank does that, you know, to get a eyebrow out of people. Like, you know how the Rock, when he put that eyebrow out, and he did get it. That's just like when they...
Gervonta Davis is in serious trouble, and the man who helped shape his rise to greatness, Calvin Ford, believes he's not ready for a rematch with Lamont Roach. That alone is a major red flag. Ford has been in Tank's corner since childhood, guiding him into becoming one of boxing's most feared knockout artists. But now, Ford is no longer by his side, and the flaws in Tank's game are starting to show.
It's definitely going on between Calvin Ford and Gervonta Davis. Now, we all seen that knockdown in the 9th round, but what you probably didn't see is what happened after that in between rounds. Check this out.
You guys calm down. Listen to me.
Hey, come on now.
Coach Barry Hunter trained Tank for this fight with Lamont Roach, not Calvin Ford. A lot of people were saying that this performance has something to do with that. So, is something really going on between Calvin Ford and Tank Davis? Check out what Tank had to say.
No, I wasn't really paying attention to the crowd. You know what I mean? I was more so... It's something we gotta work on in the corner.
As soon as Calvin Ford stepped away, Tank's game fell apart. He got exposed in the ring and was lucky to walk away with a draw against Roach, and truthfully, even that felt like a gift. Most people, including boxing legends and analysts, saw Roach as the true winner. Now, with a rematch on the horizon, Ford is breaking his silence, revealing that Tank might not be ready, and it has nothing to do with training. Beyond boxing, there's been a clear shift in Tank and Ford's relationship, and it's starting to feel like tension is building. Ford wasn't just Tank's trainer. He was a father figure who took him from nothing and turned him into a star, guiding him through every high and low.
Let me explain something to you. Tank don't look at me as coach, he look at me as dad. Do it look like his son supposed to take your dad? I don't even feel right. Y'all hear this time? Tank don't play as coach. Tank gives me anything I want.
Right.
But I'm a man at the end of the day. And I'm a hustler.
Right.
Second foremost, I came from that club. You know what I'm saying? He watched me lose my house, my wife, my family. He watched me do it. It's bigger than boxing.
Right.
Boxing is just a way.
For the first time ever, Ford is no longer by Tank's side. Why? According to sources, Tank's behavior outside the ring played a major role. We already know about his past run-ins with the law, but it seems his recent attitude towards boxing was the breaking point.
Let me ask you this. I was just talking to her. What if she told me to beat the piss out of her and you jumped on top of her and started punching her in the face? Should I just go ahead and take that?
Okay, but don't you know...
It's your side of the story. Give your side.
Have you been talking to her though? What was the information that she didn't? Can't she tell you?
You want me to just take everything she says?
I'm not from
Okay, but you want me to just take everything she says as fact?
I'm not from here. I don't know her exact address.
Okay, that's fine.
What I'm saying.
I'm not asking for her exact address. She's saying you hit her. She does have a mark on her lips, and it's on her. Did she hit you?
What's his first name?
Gervonta.
The guy's out here talking about retirement, calling boxing boring, and saying he doesn't want to fight anymore. How do you train someone who doesn't even want to be in the ring? But that's not all. Word is, Tank was caught smoking during camp, and that was the final straw for Ford.
It's been to the streets. I know you ain't focused. Tighten up.
That's why I got everybody out of there. That's why I got everybody out of there. Can they see my page?
Better tighten up.
Think about it. Calvin Ford has dedicated his life to turning Tank into a world-class fighter, only for Tank to show up to camp not taking it seriously. After a massive argument, Ford walked away.
Gervonta Tank Davis got the entire boxing world in a frenzy right now. People don't know what to do. He dropping workout videos.
He only weigh 139 pounds, 2 months out from the fight. Motherfuckers like, yo, it's over. Tank Davis is in shape. He gonna kill Lamont Roach. Oh shit, he might get suspended because he's smoking on the weed. Niggas don't know what to do right now, bro. And it's funny to watch. Let me tell you something, man, about the little weed video or whatever. Number one, we don't know what was in the joint. Could be weed, could be tobacco, could be something else. Number two, you don't know when the video was taken, so that could have been months ago. And number three, whatever it was, that shit probably got out of his system in 2.2 seconds because that man didn't hit shit. He puffed on that shit and started breathing out immediately, bro. My real weed smokers. That's why the smoke was so white, bro. When you actually hit that shit and breathe it in and get it in your lungs to actually get high, the smoke don't come out that white, bro. But y'all let me know what y'all think. I think the shit.
Of course, Tank tried to downplay it, claiming Calvin left for personal reasons. But let's be real, Ford has been with Tank for decades. He's not just going to walk away over personal issues.
I think he's going to have Calvin in his corner this time. I think he will have Kenny, but he's not going to have Calvin. I think that's probably going to be like an advantage for you since he's going to have somebody new in his corner, if I'm not mistaken.
More than likely. I think that's a little weird. You know what I'm saying? Be with your trainer, your lifetime, your career trainer, and to, you know, to not have him as your head trainer in the corner.
There's more to the story, and from the way Ford is now speaking about Tank's readiness for the rematch, it's clear he's lost faith in him. We also know how Tank really feels about Ford.
When people, what I got from that is he's a hater. If you don't know me as a person, let's say you don't like me. You don't know me. Like, you feel me? And I don't give a fuck. Him. If everybody including Will, I mean, Will. Fuck.
Same question for you. You're a proud father.
Honestly, Ford might be right. The rematch with Roach is a bad idea for Tank. People love to talk about Tank's power, how his knockout ability sets him apart, but Roach exposed a major weakness. He can take Tank's power.
How do you assess his power after being in there for 12?
He got decent power. He got decent power for sure. I ain't gonna say it's exaggerated. I told you I got a chin. I ain't going like that. It's just not gonna happen. But like I said, I see why he knocked people out, and I think he felt my power too. Like, I think that's what negated a lot of his shots. And once I took his best shot, I was like, oh yeah, it's time to roll. Like I said, I knew I had a chin. I mean, I spar guys that were like junior middleweights, like current champions that was at that weight. So I know I can take a punch. He's twitchy in there. Like, I do see why he knocked people out. I mean, like, being up close and personal, obviously I seen it on the TV like that, but I understand why he knocked people out. I'm not gonna tell y'all.
That alone makes this rematch incredibly dangerous. If Tank can't rely on knocking Roach out, what else does he have?
Honestly, that's how I train. I feel like one of my strong points is exchanging in the pocket. I have a very good eye, very good defense. I'm able to counter and return shots, and I think that's what I did very well. And honestly, I landed some of the bigger shots.
Ford pointed this out when analyzing the fight. Instead of making excuses, he was brutally honest. Tank simply forgot how to box. That's a devastating statement from the man who built him up. Ford isn't blaming the ref, Tank's corner, or Roach's style. He's blaming Tank. That's got to sting.
I could have stopped him. It's me. Definitely my fault. It's all right. You know what I mean? You live and you learn. I definitely could have. That was on me too. That was on me for sure. Cause I ain't pick it up when I supposed to pick it up, and I could have definitely did more. Just a lot going on. But again, it was myself, you know. But you gotta go to the gym and, you know, get back to the drawing board and, you know, train.
And let's not forget what happened in the 9th round. This is the moment everyone's talking about. The moment that should have sealed Roach's victory.
Oh, not right, but Davis took off some of the steam of the punch, but still, Roach, I think he took a knee. He took a knee. What is he doing? He forgot his... It's gotta be enough. You know, his time took a knee. He's got to count. You take a knee like that. I look like a knockdown. All right.
Tank took a knee, plain and simple. The referee somehow missed it, and the fight went on. However, the Boxing Commission is now officially reviewing the bout. If they overturn the decision, Tank's undefeated record will be tarnished, his streak broken, and his reputation damaged. Meanwhile, Roach would emerge as the new champion.
Hopefully the commission gets this right. It was a bummer not being declared the winner on a technicality that could be righted, that wrong could be righted, obviously, in different ways, in different facets.
If that happens, the rematch won't just be about revenge. It'll be about Tank fighting to reclaim what was rightfully taken from him.
My first contract is signed for an immediate rematch in the case of a draw or if I win. So I'm already contractually signed to a rematch. It's on him. I hope we can get it done because I want to show the world again that wasn't.
The worst part is that Roach already knows he can beat Tank. He knows he can withstand Tank's best punches, and he's aware that Tank struggles when his power isn't enough.
Clearly in there, man, I thought I won. I thought I did enough to get the victory over a spectacular fighter. I told y'all from the beginning, man, that I got the skills to pay the bills. I've been telling y'all that. And I'm just glad I got to show it, honestly. I'm glad I got to show it. I appreciate, like I said before, I appreciate True Boxing Media. Some guys that didn't count me out. So that's just how I feel, man. I think I won. And I can't wait to do it again. I can't wait to dance again.
So when the rematch happens, Roach won't be the underdog. He'll step in as the man who's already proven he can beat Tank.
You've now shown the world the formula to how to beat Tank Davis.
Maybe not. I mean, I'm me. I don't think a lot of guys possess the same skills that I have. If they go in there and try to fight like me, they might not succeed.
That's a dangerous mindset for an opponent to have, especially when Tank's mental game is already looking fragile.
That's why I don't want boxing more. I want to do therapy, right? But I feel as though if I do therapy, it will lose the fire that I have inside me. I want everything out of me, Wes, so I don't never think about fighting again. I don't think about even getting angry, you know what I mean? Because I have two daughters. I'm wanting to be much softer, you know what I mean? Be more humble and things like that.
And here's where things get even worse for Tank. He's no longer surrounded by the same people who helped him reach the top. When things get tough in the fight, who's going to be in his corner to give him the right advice? Who's going to guide him through the adversity? Not Floyd, not Calvin.
See the head. Stop head hunt. That's how you get the head.
Calvin, I need this 10th, 11th, and 12th on the unofficial. He's down.
Okay. He say unofficial.
On the unofficial. I gotta be honest with you. That's what you want. You want from me. Hey, that's what you want from me. You don't want nobody lying to you. I'm 100 with you.
He said on the unofficial, not the real card here. Keep picking your shots. You took that round off here.
That's my job. I'm 100 with you.
Well, that was fast.
Because if Roach fights the way he did the first time, Tank will need all the help he can get. But this isn't just about the fight. It's about the downfall of Tank Davis. Ever since he split from Mayweather Promotions, his career has been spiraling. If Tank loses this rematch, his entire career changes. No more undefeated record, no more being seen as boxing's most dangerous puncher.
Tank Davis, bad dude. See, what I like about Tank is Tank brings something different. Back in the days, everybody had something. Muhammad Ali was a mover boxer, George was a puncher, Ernest Shavers was a puncher. Everybody had something they brought to the table. Larry Holmes had a jab. Mike Weaver had overhand right. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has something. That division now is full, and Tank having to be the knockout guy of the division. He the one with the main knockout power. Garcia has it too, but Tank got that real knockout power that, like, if Tank hit one of them clean, usually they gonna have a problem. So it's like, I like Tank. Every now and then, I think when he knows he can beat somebody, he probably don't lock in as hard, but I think when they bring challenges, he locks in.
Yeah, he fights to the level of his competition. He was doing that a lot.
And he got to be careful of that.
2 fights ago, he was really doing that.
You feel me? So you got to be careful of that, because if you come in and think somebody is not at your level and you underestimate them, it can get you beat. So that's the only thing I think you got to be careful of. Other than that, Tank.
And the scary part is that loss could come before the rematch even happens. If the commission overturns the draw and rules it a Roach victory, Tank won't even be the champ walking into the rematch. He'll be stepping into the ring as the challenger. That's something he's never experienced before.
The New York State Athletic Commission makes a statement yesterday that they're going to be reviewing Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach, 9th round, knockdown, not a knockdown, whatever, to see what the final ruling on their part is going to be. New York State Athletic Commission has been busy. The Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia shit, now Tank Davis, Lamont Roach. We'll see what they decide in this situation. I think ultimately with Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia, they made the correct decision, overturning Ryan Garcia's victory. We'll see what they decide here with Tank Davis and Lamont Roach. Me, myself, personally, I think that it's a very tricky situation. And it deserves a full video, so I don't think I'm going to be able to get all my thoughts out in this video. But I do want to ask everyone watching this video, what do you think? Do you think they should overturn the decision and award Lamont Roach the victory? Do you think because of all the controversy, they should throw the draw out and declare the no contest? Do you think they should do nothing? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I'll give mine in another video, but New York State Athletic Commission reviewing the Tank Davis, Lamont Roach, 9th round controversy. Let me know your thoughts. See you soon. Peace.
This whole situation has been nothing short of embarrassing for Tank, because now all his biggest rivals are coming out to clown him. Shakur Stevenson wasted no time saying Tank got exposed and that he's never been as good as people thought.
Shakur, you think it was a draw?
Nah. Lamont won.
Who you got won?
Lamont.
You got Lamont won? By how many rounds?
I don't know.
You still want the Tank Davis fight?
What?
You still want the Tank Davis fight? What went wrong? What went wrong? Take out
Shakur has been calling for a fight with Tank for years, and now he's using this as proof that Tank's been ducking him.
You recently spoke out on IG Live, and I don't know where you were, but you were talking about Tank. And, you know, he just beat Ryan Garcia. And you said that you would expose Tank.
Damn, I was on IG Live with that?
I think it was IG Live or Fight Hype video, one of them. Oh, okay.
I feel as though with anybody, I feel like I'm a bad motherfucker. Like, I feel like I'm the best fighter in the sport of boxing. So I think these dudes is great fighters, but I just feel like when they come down to me, nobody could beat me. They all could get it.
Then you've got Ryan Garcia, whom Tank knocked out, but now Ryan is all over social media mocking him for struggling against Roach.
That was a knockdown, without a doubt. You can't spin it no other way. It's too clear. And I think the commission needs to do something about it, because it can give me an incentive, anytime I'm not feeling good in a fight, take a knee.
Well, they said
and that's not a shot at Tank. I respect Tank, and I like Tank a lot, but you can't do that.
They reversed the result of your fight.
Yeah.
Should they reverse the result of that fight as well?
Just depends. Like, if that changes the whole fight, if that gives Roach a victory, give him the victory. That's how you keep the integrity of the sport, right? That's why they suspended me, right, to keep the integrity of the sport. So I feel like if you're going to do it to me, you got to do it to everybody.
And then there's Terrence Crawford, who usually stays out of drama, but even he couldn't resist taking shots. So that's all for today's video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos. Also, share your thoughts in the comments section. Stay tuned, and we'll catch you in the next one.